This is my 2005 Suzuki DR650. I've had it for about 10 years and I've done a few things to it, so I want to go over this real quick and just show you what I've done. Right off the get-go, upside down forks. These were off of a 2005 as well, DRZ 400 Supermoto, and the larger Supermoto rotor. The triple trees bolted right in. I didn't really have to do a lot. I had to work a little bit with the steering stop so it wouldn't go quite as far because it was hitting the tank. You know, I noticed there's some steering radius loss, but when you're aware of it, it's not that big of a deal. Those are Excel rims with rad hubs. I don't know if Rad's in business anymore. They made many mistakes setting up these rims for me. But it is a cush drive still, wavy rotor. You know, I forget the width of the rim, but I got a wide rim that I knew would fit just because. Moving up to the brake pedal, the Warp 9 brake pedals are way better than those flimsy flimsy stamped steel ones from the factory. And lowered foot pegs. I'm 5'9", made a difference, much more comfortable. It does have the larger header pipe, as well as the connector pipe for the GSXR muffler. I hope I'm saying that right. GSXR, GX, I don't know. I'm dyslexic, so it's off of the Suzuki street bike. The double brake lights, because that's the way it was when I got it, and I just left it on there because, you know, it looks pretty good. Lots of light. A tool holder from the guy on eBay was selling those, 45 bucks with a stainless steel bracket. Waterproof. I think these were considered a map holder or blueprint holder, I think is what they called those. I did have a sprocket made that was an in-between size, just because, like, you know, I do a decent amount of miles on the road, so I wanted something that cruised pretty decent. Highway speeds, 65 miles an hour, little 60-65. It cruises right along, sweet spot. You know, doesn't vibrate too much. It does have the Mikuni pumper carb, which, I don't know, the pumper carb hits pretty hard. It takes away all the smoothness and it just hits. And I backed off where the accelerator pump kicks in, but it still hits pretty hard. And with my riding style, I get 50 miles to the gallon with it. This is just a backpack off of eBay. I made a bracket out of conduit and just zip tied it on there with its own straps, and it's solid. It holds my leather jacket, riding pants, and, you know, heavier, like a vest. Little water bottle thing, thermal, but it's right over the muffler, so it still gets, it doesn't make your water hot, it just makes it warm. Seat Concepts seat cover, but I completely reworked the foam. You know, I put in some, like, a softer layer, and I think their seat is really good, though. I just added just a little bit more to it. The plastic has all been changed. Yeah, 2005 it was blue, but when I bought this bike, somebody, got a little deer over here. Hey, buddy. All the plastic was painted with a paintbrush, or a spray can rather, and so I changed it to, you know, new plastic. And this bike was laid down. A friend of mine, a former friend of mine, laid this bike down and ruined all the plastic, smashed off the windshield, and like, when I finally got around to getting the plastic for it, my gosh, the prices of that stuff went up, especially the fork plastic. My God, I forget what those were, 100 bucks a piece or something. The side panels are aftermarket. You know, they're much less expensive. Not quite as shiny, but if you put some plastic polish on there, they're not bad at all. The dashboard, handlebars, this is laid out just the way I wanted it. I can see everything just by looking down. I didn't like the way the stock key, you kind of had to fish through the cables or whatnot. You know, now it's just a straight shot. Right here I got a little chunk of leather so the keys don't beat up the thing, beat up the top of the fork. Rocks risers, absolutely night and day difference on the comfort level of riding the bike. You know, I can ride my back straight, and like I said, I took this for an 800-mile trip. I had a windshield on it at the time, but it was a hell of a nice trip for, you know, what I thought this might be. The mirrors, take the stock ones, throw them in the garbage. Ori grips, if you notice, this is opposite of a normal grip. You know, these are off a four-wheeler, so instead of it being a valley and a ridge, it's the opposite, and there's more material to absorb a little more vibration. The headlights, I've had everything on this bike you can imagine. Nothing was really that great. Projectors, and I even hybrided 2 different projector systems. Nothing was ever that good. This is a new LED system, and I'm not crazy about it being plastic, but I guess that keeps the costs, you know, down. I would say this is probably the best headlight you're going to get for this bike. Yeah, the LEDs, I run those off-road exclusively, but once in a while I'll turn them on if I'm on a back road or if I don't see a car coming. You know, they're way too bright to, you know, to shine in someone's face. I did put highway pegs on it, just a solid piece of aluminum. With a friend of mine gave these, I don't know where he got them, but you know, a nice long trip, it's nice to have them. Cogent made the shock. You know, they matched up, you know, I gave them the weight of the bike with me on it. They set it to the shock length to the lower setting. And of course I had the front done as well by another company that gave me the, you know, the springs I needed, and they revalved it for my weight and riding style. But that's about it. So there's your look at the 2005 DR650 Suzuki. All right, thanks a lot. One more thing, might as well fire it up just so you can kind of hear how it sounds. But this thing, I noticed it's, you hit it, give it a little tweak. We'll go for a ride.